the nice traditions of St. Patrick's Day and the monasteries he put up. All these wonderful things. Nah, I like to drink, and this is an excuse to drink. Let's get real. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, there's no better reason or better excuse to drink than St. Paddy's Day.
Yeah. It's a grand day today, my friend.
It's a very grand day.
I figure we'll do something a bit different today. It'll be whiskey, tobacco, and then we both say it together. What do you say?
Oh, yes, I like it.
Ready?
Yes. Whiskey.
Tobacco
Fellowship.
That was corny as hell, and I loved it.
It was great, though.
Yeah.
I think we did pretty good.
I think we have talent, despite what other people say.
Sure.
Yeah.
We talent.
We talent. So today we're basically just going to be doing this is a special St. Patrick's Day episode. Mr. Smokey DeBaron here reminded me that we should probably do one, and I went, you know what? Why not? Short and sweet.
For sure.
Yeah.
We got plenty of libations that have the whole spectrum of St. Patrick's Day. So
yeah.
It was hard to pick one, but I ended up finding one that was perfect for the occasion, and I'm excited to have it with you, and then also with some great cigars.
Yeah. And look forward to, honestly, we were discussing it. I'm looking forward to next year's season of St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, let's get straight into it. Give us a real brief. What are we drinking?
We're drinking some Kentucky Owl. This is the St. Patrick's Day edition.
Okay.
It is, we want to tell you a little bit about it.
Not yet. No.
Not yet.
Just what it is.
That's what it is.
Okay. And then we managed to get a little bit of a hold of some Filthy Hooligans by Alec Bradley.
Yes.
This thing is a beautiful Candela barber pole. Yeah, so it's a great one. And then we're just going to have a little fun, do some terrible accents, kind of do what the pairing is between these two, and talk a little bit about what some of you may know, but some of you may not know, is kind of where St. Patrick's Day came from. That's about it.
I love it.
Short and sweet. That's what everybody likes to listen to, right? Sometimes long form's hitting really hard.
You're talking about Sabrina Carpenter's album, Short and Sweet, or you're talking about just short and sweet episodes?
Both. Yes, and.
Yep, I'd say both.
Yeah.
Both acceptable answer. I agree with that.
I would say Wolverine's happy about that, but he's Canadian. Anyway. So, let's get into the details of the bourbon we have today. After you, sir.
Yes, we have Kentucky Owl in front of us. This is their St. Paddy's Day edition. This is actually a collaboration with a very prominent blender in Ireland.
Is it now?
Yes, it is. And so what they did is they ended up their master distiller John and the Irish whiskey blender. They got together and kind of collaborated on this blend. Mm-hmm. And so they just kind of birthed this right here. And it's one of the newer projects that was after it was bought out. So it's definitely a cool St. Paddy's Day kind of. Theme. I was about to say, gimmick was a bad word, but theme's a great one.
The bottle, it's beautiful because it's got multiple different shades of green on it. It says Kentucky Owl on it. The whole thing reeks of St. Patrick.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it is the greenest label you've ever seen. Nice gold floral things on the side, embossed letters, red. I mean, you could almost call this Christmas.
Yeah, if you do a little red in there, more red, definitely would be. So if you guys ever seen the brand J.J. Corey Irish Whiskey, that is the master distiller for, or the blender for, who helped with this project. It's a nice pour, good pour. And I already got poured mine in my little wee Glen for the old leprechaun itself.
So interesting note here about this St. Patrick's Day edition. I just noticed the cork on the top, which is gorgeous.
It is.
Because it's this typical cork with the wood topper. And then on top of that, looks like, you know, a brushed brass kind of finish on the top, and it's really elegant. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, I really like it. I haven't seen anything like that typically, where it's like almost like a copper or brass little plate on top of the wooden cork that gives that logo, and it makes it look clean. You know, I like it a lot.
100 proof.
And it's 100 proof.
100 proof.
And then the typical MSRP is around 135.
Really?
Yeah, it's up there. It's definitely up there. But this guy got a bargain. I actually found it in New Jersey, Princeton. So,
okay.
But I got it for like $80, which at that price,
that's a steal.
Steal.
I wonder if New Jersey, Princeton has any Irish history. I'm sure it does, because there's Irish history all over America.
Yeah, right. Yeah, probably does. There's something about about a couple brands up there that it was just such a great price bargain. You know, when I went up there, was hunting up in that area.
I was expecting this to have some kind of bite to it. Mm-hmm. It does not. It is smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I've been drinking a lot of rye lately, so I've been getting a lot of bite.
Yeah, I can see that. I would say for a classic 100 proof bourbon, I thought it would be a little bit smoother.
Yeah.
It feels more challenging, a little more, aggressive on the palate, I would say. But then again, this is the first drink I've had all day.
Yeah, exactly. Well, let's see.
It's good though. I mean, I would say it's very in the light palate. There's not too much complexity going on. You get a little bit of those light caramel notes. Maybe a little bit of an orange that kind of comes out on the bottom.
Orange.
Yeah, I got a little bit of an orange. Some would say like an orange marmalade, you know. But really just
not like Sunny D orange.
No. Maybe even like orange peel a little bit.
Yeah,
more
zest.
than yeah. That's what I get more of.
Wow, you ain't joking. Like, I'm really impressed with this. Very impressed with this. This is a bottle I would own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it because I'm a big holiday guy, as you can tell by my festive attire.
Yeah.
I usually have a festive attire for every holiday. I think just about.
That makes sense because, like, women like to decorate the house, and men are like, I'll buy a shirt.
Because, I decorate what matters.
That's right. That's right. So let's get into the cigar real quick.
Yes, please.
Alec Bradley, a decent brand. This is the Black Market series of the Filthy Hooligan. It's going to be medium bodied, and you're looking pretty interesting here because it's a barber pole, and it's Candela and a Nicaraguan jalapa.
Ooh, jalapa.
Yeah, which is a region, if I'm not mistaken.
Thank you.
And
I was like, I like the word jalapa.
It's a nice cigar. I would say the price point, I don't remember exactly what it is. I think it's somewhere. Do you remember what you paid for it?
Yeah, I just picked it up a couple days ago. So about $12 was that what I paid for it?
Yeah, that seems about right for this. A barber pole is wonderful in the sense that you get a lot of complexity and flavor, and the presentation is beautiful. I always enjoy a barber pole.
Love it. So statically appeasing to the eyes.
Yeah.
Especially with the Candela, we were trying to get our hands on the St. Paddy's Day edition of this one, which is they add an extra layer to the barber pole.
Oh.
Yes.
I haven't had that one yet.
Yeah, so
we'll try to get that for next year.
Yeah, I'm going to try to. Like I said, I put my order in from somewhere else, and I haven't gotten it or haven't got the notification yet. But but if I can grab one, I would love to have saved some up for next year.
So to keep going on this, the binder's Sumatran. Its filler is Honduran and Panamanian long filler. So
wow.
Spice, pepper, and coffee is what you're supposed to get off of this. Now, I will tell you from my professional experience, when you see something as generic as spice and pepper in a description, unless it says like a deep, rich coffee flavor or it describes the spice, it usually means the tobacco burns hot.
Okay.
It has something to do with the ash thing. Now, you may disagree with me, but the fact is all the hints and things I've looked at, how people describe cigars and how they go through it, that is a kind of a generic way to describe what's in it. because it's hard to classify when you've got especially a barber pole mixed together. It's a good one. Yeah.
I get because I love how they put the candela on the cap itself. So I get like on my lips already. I get a little bit of that candela peppery taste to it. Like it's a very different taste of leaf on the mouth, which is cool.
And then I want to say we got another one here for someone who shall not be named that didn't show up, and it is technically a barber pole with candela, and when you put them close to each other, the green is almost non-existent. It's there, you can kind of tell, but this one almost looks like a normal barber without a candela barber. So very interesting. I'm hoping Alec and Bradley will just ship us a whole box of them to replace this embarrassment.
Oh yeah, because this one right here is so. I think mine's even the greatest one too out of them. Yeah. So the quality control there on that one was a little sloppy.
It's okay.
It's okay. We'll give them a hall pass.
But so to accent a little bit more on that, spice, pepper, and coffee, you can taste it right off the top. I would say my goal would be to classify the spice. Let's do one better than this, right?
Okay.
And I've almost got, like, you take cinnamon and nutmeg using to tone down the cinnamon. And when you blend them kind of together, and then that light whiff of it to where you can't tell if it was cinnamon or nutmeg. You know what I mean? Like you put the two spices together. That's kind of what I'm getting off of it.
I definitely get the spice, like a little bit of like this. It's almost like a interesting, like I don't know, I can't tell if it's pepper or what, but it is. It does have this like when I pull it in, kind of on like that underneath your tongue, kind of spicy, taste to it.
Muted coriander,
dude. Yes, that's that. Yeah.
That's what popped into my head. I went, I'm seeing it right now.
I was like, it's funny because my brain was searching my spice cabinet, trying to figure out.
I was too.
What is this? I love it because like one day I think I was smoking with you one day and I was like, coriander pods. I'm like, you're like what? Like, yeah, you ever smoked one of those before? I'm like, no. It's like just go. If you want tasting notes, just go to your spice cabinet, just start smelling things and.
You know, it's definitely not.
What?
Pitted prunes.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to find those.
Yeah, I know a Robinette who might be able to find it. Anyways, the next thing is, we're gonna do a little bit of a pairing with it. Obviously, see what we think.
Yeah.
So far, it's gone pretty well together. I think if you had a rye or something that bites a little bit more, it wouldn't quite work because this specialty tobacco, in my opinion, it has a lot of dynamic natures to it, and you want a smooth libation to go with it, I think. If you had something that's cutting, if you had like a hard scotch, I think it would take away from the cigar. That would be my big assessment of this one has so much bold flavor, the Filthy Hooligan does, that you want to pair it with something that's smooth. And I think we've paired it with this specialty St. Patrick's Day Kentucky Owl quite well.
I think so too. I think going back and forth on it, I think the whiskey here, I said it, and then the more and more I keep getting it, I'm getting that little bit of bitter orange peel, more and more, which is like, it's kind of reminds you of like an old fashioned, but maybe too much orange zest that got in there or something,
Like somebody made something like this. Then they went, man, I can taste exactly what we're tasting right now. I'd like to make an entire drink dedicated to that. And that's where the old fashioned came from.
Oh, yeah. What I was going to say was, kind of like a light bulb went off. It's like they got an old fashioned and you have like a nice, like someone put a perfect orange peel and they kind of rubbed it around the edge of the glass. But they actually put in too many bitters in the old fashioned. I feel like that's what I'm getting. Too many bitters in the old fashioned.
Yeah. I wonder if this would make a good old fashioned with that kind of additional note of that orange zest.
I would then take out less bitters so it actually would be pretty dang good.
Yeah.
And then you just would put a little less bitters in there, and then That would be pretty nice. I can say that would be pretty good.
We'll have to do a whole episode on old fashions, I think. Different ways to make them. Have a few of them sitting in front of us of like, this is the Norwegian way. This is the American way. I don't know. Whatever. We'll figure it out.
This is the Irish way.
The Irish way just takes Bailey's and just dumps it in it.
Yeah, it's just like you just put a whole giant get it, something like that. You just drop it in there.
Yep. And then you know what? It's got a side wedge of a potato. So I would say these two pair really well together. Now the humidor you got this from, which was not our local ones here in Birmingham, if I'm not correct.
No, it wasn't.
They did a really good job with this because I've had some in some humidors around here. It did not fare very well.
Yeah, I was curious on how that was going to be because I mean I got it straight from their humidor not but last week, so I was curious and shame on me. I didn't put it in a pack and had a Bovita pack in it, so it's been sitting in the pack. So it's actually kind of dried out a little bit since.
Which is not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, because it's cushiony enough. Which we'll do a whole episode here soon about just different protocols and testing methods and shop etiquettes and things like that. More tactile cigar habits.
I heard like sticking the cigar in your nose, like touching it, is the best way.
When it's not lit, yes. Yes, when it's not lit. If we weren't giving that to somebody, I'd show you. Well, I'd do it. But so typically, I won't go into too much detail.
This is also after you buy it. If you are,
after you buy it, don't do it. Yeah, you're absolutely right. We'll go into more detail, but if you bought the thing, you want to get some notes out of it, you jam the thing into one nostril, not like roll it in there, but you like press it right on it and smell, and then you get it. Cut your cigar and then do a dry pull on it.
Yeah.
It's not going to taste like bogeys. I'm just saying.
Like troll bogeys?
Like troll bogeys. Exactly. All right, Seamus.
Metal would have been really upset with me if I didn't say that.
Exactly. Yeah. There's a lot of interesting things when it comes to that, and especially when you get into Candelas, which Candelas are some of my personal favorite cigars. We are going to do an honorable mention to the Camacho Candela.
Oh.
Yeah. One of the best Candelas ever made.
Pour one out for the homies.
No, it's too expensive to do that. I'll drink one for the homies.
Yeah, I wish I had one. I've always heard crazy stories about it, but
I'm telling you, my story is I should have bought the box when I knew he said, "This is the last. We're not getting any more. They stopped making them." Oh, I'll get some next week, and I didn't, and they were all gone. And I went,
oh, that's the worst.
Yep. But I will give you a little bit of positive note, kind of separate from our topic. But I've had the Camacho reps in here before.
Yeah.
And a higher up was with him.
Mm-hmm.
And he looked at me and goes, "What's a cigar you'd like to try? Something new you'd like to..." It's like, I don't want to try something new. I want to smoke the Camacho Candela again. And he looks at the higher up and he goes, "Told you." He goes, "It's not the first time somebody said that." And he goes, "Okay, I'll look into it."
Ooh.
So I'm going, I'm hoping, here's what I'm hoping. One day you see that rep here, and he goes, "Because you guys really are enthusiastic and inspired us to get this rolling," puts a box in front of us and goes, "This is what we're smoking today." I would love, that would be the pie in the sky.
Oh,
right
gosh,
there.
right? And so then everybody should, be thanking you, when it ever does come back out again.
Like the first box. That would be cool.
Oh, box number one.
Box number one. Like labeled, even signed by the dude.
The dude? Which, you mean the dude? The dude?
The dude. Yeah.
Oh, man, wow.
Yeah.
White Russian dude, right?
Yeah, yeah. It was in a Bond movie, I think. So, we'll get a little bit of St. Patrick's Day history real quick, since we've strayed way off.
We did.
We went out over the locks. St. Patrick's Day originated as a religious feast in Ireland in honor of St. Patrick's, the patron saint of Ireland. I'm reading this off, as you can tell.
Is he not? Is he the patron saint of whiskey?
I don't know. Probably. So Irish immigrants brought the tradition to the U.S. and it became a secular celebration of Irish cultural origin.
Mm-hmm.
So the interesting parts, you may already know this part, but St. Patrick was born Maewyn Succat, Succat, in Britain around 385.
Wow.
Yeah. And he was captured by Irish raiders and sold into slavery in Ireland at 14. Okay. After 6 years as a slave, he escaped back to Britain. He returned to Ireland as a Christian missionary, preached and taught in Ireland for 40 years, creating churches, monasteries, etc. He's said to have died on March 17th, around 460 AD.
And that's why we celebrate on March 17th.
Right.
Oh. I didn't know that.
Yep. And that's, I think you have to do 3 things to become a saint, or I don't know. I may have gotten that from a movie. Anyway, because he basically turned his whole life around and started spreading the gospel and like helping people, that's usually one reason. Now, modern day, you know the reason we celebrate it?
Why is that?
Because we like to drink. I mean, honestly, you look at anybody, why do you celebrate St. Patrick's Day? Oh, the nice traditions. I'm touching the microphone. The nice traditions of St. Patrick's Day and the monasteries he put up. All these wonderful things. Nah, I like to drink, and this is an excuse to drink. Let's get real. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, there's no better reason or better excuse to drink than St. Paddy's Day.
Yeah.
Well, there's actually a lot of great holidays. Now I'm thinking about it, but yeah, there's a lot of great holidays, and I appreciate each and every one of them.
Yep.
For the opportunity to relax, have a good fellowship, and just learn some crazy new facts, just like this right here.
You're gonna love some more. These are really intriguing. Okay.
Ooh.
So it was officially added to the church calendar in 17th century.
Okay.
Okay, and this, being a proud American, the first St. Patrick's Day parade took place in 1601. Guess where? Let's see if you can get this.
1601. So, I mean, man, shoot if I know. Let's say Virginia.
No. St. Augustine, Florida.
Oh, I should have known that because it's the oldest freaking city in the world.
It's the oldest city.
Ah.
Yep. Which, if you want to go down a rabbit trail, St. Augustine's history is fantastic. I highly recommend you visit it. Go to the fort that's there. You can see the oldest school. I'm telling you. Anyway, I can go off on that.
There's also the Fountain of Youth. So if you guys actually believe in that, you can go and take a little bit. I've taken a little bit myself. You know, just because that's why I look so young. I'm actually like way older than he is.
Yeah, 100 years or so. Yeah.
Yeah.
The tradition of wearing green, drinking Irish beer or stouts, singing Irish songs, and eating Irish food really came from those parades.
Wow.
Yeah. I love the St. Augustine connection.
I do too. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite factoids about St. Patrick's Day.
That's really cool. So we both like St. Augustine a lot, and it just kind of comes full circle. Now I know why there was that little thing you were talking about. That little bit of like, St. Augustine. Cool. Yeah. Speaking of St. Augustine, they make a great whiskey too.
They do. You know what? We're going to do a St. Augustine episode.
We definitely should.
We should get their wine. We should get their whiskey. I mean, shoot. Maybe film one down there.
Oh,
how cool would that be?
That would be pretty nuts.
That would be great.
You know what? Also speaking about that too. So I actually saw their wine at Hop City.
Did you really?
I did. I was going and I was perusing because we're not necessarily wine people, like as much as we are the whiskey realm. So I was like just perusing because we've been tiptoeing in around this the wine. And then trying to figure out, what we would like, and because we got people, some patrons, some people who are interested and they love their wine. So we wanted to, at least for me, I wanted to look around and see what we have available and near us. And so I was like, whoa! I was like, there's this wine that I've had before in St. Augustine. So I didn't know they sold it up here. So that's cool.
That is great. That is wonderful. I just recently opened my bottle of port for my D&D group.
Oh wow! Did you?
Yep.
How was it?
Oh, it was wonderful. I had it for like 10 years. And I'm opening this thing, and we drank the whole thing in one sitting.
Wow, that's crazy. 10 years.
Yeah. I forgot about it. It sat on my shelf and it was completely sealed. Anyway, I literally could talk about St. Augustine all the time. I love
We
that
definitely
place.
could. This would be a good episode for us.
Exactly. So wrapping this up again, we've got the Kentucky Owl. It's just a bourbon whiskey, a St. Patrick's Day edition. Beautiful addition to our repertoire of drinks, nice and smooth. Then we've got the Alec and Bradley Filthy Hooligan Barber Pole, which has been wonderful. We're going to do a dip real quick.
Oh yeah, we got to plunge the tip.
Plunge the tip, which I'm really eager with the kind of spicy notes of this, with the smoothness of that.
And then, like I said, also a little of that orange peel. I'm definitely interested. The first third of it's been pretty good. Like I said, I mean, it's I wouldn't say it's my favorite $12 stick I've ever had. It's a little, but it's, the addition to the Candela to it adds just a different variety of cigar you don't normally get to go to. So it's pretty good.
And I think in the future, because we've been doing the plunging thing every episode lately.
Okay.
And it was phenomenal. Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's probably one of my favorite ones.
I don't know.
The
hardcore was pretty
yeah,
cool.
that one probably my favorite. But I was, but just the most surprising. That was surprising.
That was surprisingly good. That went really well. Imagine two Irish things going well together. Hey.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, shouldn't have really doubted it that much. But I don't know. I feel like both that little bit of sweetness, a little bit of the orange, with also that Candela that comes in, because again, that Candela is on the cap.
Yeah.
It really just kind of pulls everything kind of
pulls together.
That's crazy. That's awesome.
A taboo in the cigar world has become our national pastime here on WTF, and I want to have Old Marvin on here.
Yeah.
To help show us his cigar preparation techniques. Have you seen one?
You told me. I haven't seen it in person.
I want to have him sitting right here, and he's going to be talking about it and doing the whole prep process, and you're just going to be in awe. Because he's done it so many times, he knows what to do, what not to do, what cigars to do it on, what not to do it on.
That's that's the whole point of just buying more than one stick and trying different things. Is you're gonna want to experiment.
Yeah.
And that's what we do. Like here, we didn't know this tasted so good together. When you plunged it, it's actually really, really good.
Yeah.
And we would never would have known if we didn't try.
That's true. Well, this has been another wonderful episode. Highly recommend all of that. Happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody out there.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah. And we'll see you next time on
the Whiskey
Tobacco Fellowship. There you go. You like, share, subscribe. All the buttons down below. You know how it works. Remember to leave a review, comment again. Make that algorithm just juice it. Just juice it.
And then if you guys, the comment theme today, we should say is throw down the shamrocks. The shamrocks emoji, spam it in there.
Yep, spam it. That way we know you listened all the way through.
And then, on top of that, give you some good luck.
Hey, cheers to that.
Cheers.
Bye, everybody. I wish I knew some Irish songs.
I was listening to a bunch of playlists yesterday.
I'd be humming an Irish song.